Hey guys, this is MrBobDaniel. I'm doing a video on how to create a small sugar farm. This would be useful in things like SkyBlock. This is a similar to one that I use in my SkyBlock. We also have another one that the back is actually a little bit more compact, if you can tell here. Uses a small bud switch, but the problem is when you look in here, you can see the pistons inside. So it still does well, but I prefer this one because it just looks much nicer. It's more presentable from the front. But if you look in the back, it's a little bit bigger. It has a separate bud switch that's not inside of it like this one is. So let's go ahead and let's start with this one. If you decide you want to see how to build this one, I'll go ahead and have a link probably pop up right here, and that'll go ahead and basically bring you right to that one. So let's go ahead and get on with this one. So let's go ahead and start off here. It is the frame itself, not including the redstone in the back, is 12 by, I believe, 6. Yeah, 12 by 6. And the 6, actually, the 6th row here includes this double extender here, and you can move this part of the redstone pretty much wherever you want, on the side, over here, wherever you want. So let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, we start with a small hole that is 2 by 3. We're going to go ahead and throw our chest right there. I always like it facing this way. And then we're going to go ahead and place hoppers into this. Make sure to shift click it into there, and then hoppers feeding into those as well, shift clicking into those. And then we're going to go ahead and place 5 building blocks of your choice on this side, 2 right there covering it up, and then 5 on this side. And then from here, we're going to add on to that row 5 more, so it'll be a total of 6. And then we'll go ahead and bring that all the way over. And then from here, we need to go ahead and lay down the foundation. We're going to be facing it this way. So from here, we need our grass or sand, whichever one you prefer. It doesn't make any difference in how fast it grows. I know a lot of people think it does or say it does. And then right here, let's go ahead and place our little bit of water back here. This allows this row to grow the sugar cane on it. And then this side, we'll go ahead and place 1 there and 1 there. They'll meet up there in the center. Basically, when the pistons push out, they'll all flow into here, and we'll be all good to go. From here, we can go ahead and place, let's see, actually, we need our melons here. Now, the reason why we use melons are unmovable. So let's grab that. And basically what we're going to go ahead and do is make a 3 tall. Come across here. And just make a little circle like that. This one and this one also need to be, because when the the slime blocks get extended here, it's going to push forward over here, and it'll try to grab any of these if these are blocks like iron. You can, if you want, take those out, because those do not need to be melon blocks or unmovable blocks. So it can go ahead and look like this. Let's add a little bit of the frame on. And we're going to go 1 above this. Let's make this symmetrical. Now what we need to go ahead and do is anywhere here in the middle, really doesn't matter too much. throw a block there. I'm going to go ahead and add a sticky piston there and another sticky piston. Let's go ahead and add our slime blocks in. And let's go ahead and add the glass in while we're at it. There we go, and we can add the roof on here in a minute. I like to leave it open so we can add the sugar cane on here in just a minute. And the next step is basically going to be the redstone, so let's start that real quick. Alright, from here, let's go ahead and we're going to place a block on this one. And then we already have that one down. I change it to iron just because. Now we do need 2 blocks here and here. These do need to be immovable, so they cannot be your regular building block. And then from here, let's go ahead and put. This is basically just going to come out to the frame of our bud switch out here. Oops, that needs to be one more out. There we go. Now we need our redstone repeaters. One's going to be there. And one is also going to be right there. Should be facing into that block. Now the bottom one needs to be on no ticks. And the top one needs to be on 3 or 4. We're also going to have, let's see, redstone here and redstone here. So that way when power gets led into this block, this has to be a redstone repeater. It cannot be just redstone going into that. You have to power this block so that way it feeds that line and the line below it. I usually put this on, this one also has to be on 3 or 4 ticks. And then we're going to just go ahead and feed the redstone all the way across and leave this one blank. We need a regular piston here. And then we're going to go ahead and make our bud switch here. So we need our redstone. Let's see, we do need that water. Right there. And we're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston here. Break that block out. You can have a block there, it doesn't really matter. But that water has to be there because we're going to put sugarcane here, and that's going to act as our bud switch. Then we need a slime block, redstone block, and then another redstone block there. And that is basically it. Other than we need to go ahead and lay down some sugar cane. Now we're going to put one here. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. Let's go ahead and throw. Let's just pretend some of this is built up already. So basically what will happen is this is going to grow one. This will activate this bud switch here. It'll immediately break it with this before this gets reset. If you have any sort of redstone repeater here, this gets delayed and it'll cause an infinite loop going back and forth. So this has to have straight redstone to it. And so just for example, go ahead and throw that there. Oh, we forgot one thing. We do need a piece of redstone there. So let's go ahead and try that again. There we go. It'll go ahead and break them all off and throw them into here. And then now we can just do the finishing touches. Let's grab some glowstone. There. And just to dress it up a little bit. There we go. We have completed this version of the sugarcane farm. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Let me break all this off. This is going to be the example with the switch right here built in. Oops. There we go. Let's take that out of here. That needs to be a redstone repeater. Once again, we have to power that block. We're going to go ahead and put a sticky piston here. Redstone block. Take that one out. There we go. Take that out. Block there. And what we're creating here is a bud switch. We're going to put that there. Redstone repeater here. And if I remember right, this one is a regular piston. Let's add that redstone there first. Oh, let's not. Let's add that there. And we're going to add that there. And then the dust. So basically what happened there is that tried to push forward, but it couldn't because that piston was there. And by the time the power went from there, passed through that repeater, which added a slight delay, that one unextended after that one tried to push. And so that's basically how that works. If you notice here, so what we can go ahead and do there is add redstone there. And then we're going to go ahead and need, there we go, our immovable object there because it's next to the slime. But before we go ahead and do that, we're going to need to put a piston here. So when this one grows, it's going to grow up next to this piston. It's going to activate the bud switch. There we go. And let's build a little bit of a wall here for us, or open up the wall there for us to get out. And then we need, there we go. And that should break that every time. Let's see, we're missing, let's see, that needs to be on 4 ticks, I believe. There we go. And then let's go ahead and just clean this up a little bit. What I usually like to do here, you can, because this one's never going to get broken, just to increase the odds of when this one gets broken, of it possibly falling into the water, what I like to do is add that water source. Let's break that water source block there and add that there. They still flow to the center. All these this side will go into this hopper. All these this side will go into this hopper. And then from here we can go ahead and clean it up. There we go. And we are complete. This is it's the more compact version. Once again, I like the other version, this one better, just because you don't see any of that stuff in here. It just looks cleaner to me. And you yield slightly better, slightly more. Oh, I've had some chickens spawning in there, inside there. But you yield slightly better quantities of sugarcane from this one just because you're not losing out on this row right here from growing. But if you're limited on space, this one works out a lot better in regards to space. And so if you have any questions, just please let me know. Leave a comment below. I read those comments anytime anyone leaves a comment. If you have any requests for me to build anything, please let me know. And before you go, if you learned anything out of this, please leave me a like. And if you want to see more builds like this, subscribe. I'm going to be building all kinds of things. If you can see out there, I've been working on building all kinds of redstone contraptions, and there'll be many more to come from here. Once again, I'm MrBobDaniel, and this is the useful redstone. See you guys later.